on Friday using parallel lines. So we have all these phrases, if parallel lines, then we know certain things are true. So same thing here, number 11. I don't know. It's what we finished yes on Friday.
I also need that page. I was not here Friday.
Yeah, great. All right. So we have parallel lines. So line L is parallel to line M. So it's always a good idea to mark that so you're really, really clear. And it looks like we have to solve for X and Y here. And of course, if I'm going to set up an equation, I bet they all better be the same letter. So looking at 18x minus 44 and 8x minus 10, I'm putting little red dots by those two angles. What kind of angles are those? Same side exterior. Boy, that was really hard. It must be a Monday morning. Okay. Yes. If parallel, what do we know about same side exterior angles? They are supplementary. Same side, supplementary. Okay? Same side, supplementary. So what should I write for my equation? Okay. Equals at 180. So 8x minus 10 plus 18x minus 44 should equal 180. Beautiful. I'm going to clean it up. 8 and 18, guys. 26? Okay. 26 x's. Negative 10 and negative 44 would be negative 54 equals 180. And then we need to add 54, so I get 26x equals 234. 234. Oh, it's early. And then we need to divide by 26. 234 divided by 26. But that's probably 4, 5. Do we think? Oh, 4, 8, 9? 9? Something like that. I approximated 25. So like, right? And then 2, yeah, so 25 goes into 204 8 times, right? 25 times 4 is 100. So 8 would be 200. So it must be one more than that, so 9. Okay, that's how I did that. Did you ever think like that? No? Bust out the calculator? All right. If x equals 9, what do you suppose we need to do with that? Plug it in. We have lots of things that we could do. Would you want to plug it in here at the top or here on the bottom? Ba-dum. I want to plug it in the top. 18 times 9 minus 44. Why am I want to plug it into the top? Because what kind of angles are these two angles? Alternate exterior. And they would be congruent. So these two things will just equal each other. Versus down here, these two things are supplementary. So I'd have to add them together and equal 180 equation, which is an extra step. But it doesn't matter either way. Let's see. So 18 times 9 minus 44 is 118 degrees. So this angle is 118 degrees. And I know that because of parallel lines, if parallel, alternate exterior angles are congruent. And so these two green angles are congruent. So 118 is going to equal 13y minus 38. All right. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. All right. And then I need to do what? Add 38. What is that? 48, 56. 156. Oh, good. Equals 13y. And then divide by 13. And we get 12. All right. Questions on that one? Cool. Let's see. Let's skip down to 13, 14, 15 here. Let's see what's going on there. J is parallel to K. So these two lines are parallel. J is parallel to K. And then L is parallel to M. So we use a slightly different mark. So this is double arrows. So these, matching marks, they're different. They're obviously not all four of the same parallel. So we have two parallel lines here and the K and J parallel there. So different markings, but they're both parallel. This is a humdinger. What do you think? Wait, which? So these two angles you're saying are alternate interior. They are not actually, because they do not have a transversal that touches both of them. They are not connected. However, if this is 8x minus 1 and I have a parallel line, what's this angle down here? Because those two angles are, what kind of angle? Corresponding, yeah. Those two angles are corresponding. So could I just write it in? I know that this one has to be 8x minus 1 degrees, so those are, we got two parallel lines here, and they're connected by that transversal. Okay. And so we know that those are both 8x minus 1. And now, looking at 8x minus 1, my new 8x minus 1, and what you said before, 11x minus 25, what kind of angles are those? You got to ignore the top. Alternate exterior. Yep, you got to ignore the top there, so that you're seeing here we have a transversal touching both of them, and then two parallel lines. So they are on the exterior, and they alternate on that transversal. So, all right, if parallel alternate exterior angles are congruent, all right, which means 8x minus 1 is going to equal 11x minus 25. Is that what you said before, that they're equal to one another? So we wanted to make sure that we got there logically. So you do have to be able to find that path to get them to be equal. All right, let's see here. We've got, I'm going to subtract 8x, it's what, 3x's? Minus 25 equals a negative 1. And then I can add 25, so it gives me 24 equals 8x. And that means x equals 3. Good so far? Okay. All right, now what are we going to do to figure out the y? Plug it into 8x minus 1. Yeah, I plug it in right here because we need to figure out the y. So I'm going to do 8 times 3 minus 1. That's 24 minus 1 is 23 degrees. And then I could write that in. So this angle is 23 degrees. I'm just going to write it right over top there. And so since that's 23 degrees, what should I write with my 15y minus 48? Plus 23 equals 180. Yeah, so this is a linear pair. If linear pair, then supplementary. And so 23 plus 15y minus 48 equals 180. This is a linear pair supplement theorem. I'd rather just write if a linear pair, then we know they're supplementary. So, but linear pair supplement theorem. All right, so we've got 15y, 23 minus 48. Y'all help me out. I don't have a calculator. And it's too early for negatives. 23 minus 48 is negative 25. Okay, I buy that. All right, and then we need to add 25. So 15y equals 205? Yeah. Yeah? All right, and then divide by 15. 15? 13? 13? That sort of makes sense. What? All right, we did something wrong. Oh, that's not a 8, that's a 3. Oh, that's totally rad. Y'all, you waited way too long to fix that. Dang it! All right, so we have rather here, 3x is equal to 24, which means x equals 8. Well, that is a huge difference, guys. Let's see. So now I got to go back and fix all this work. So that's plugging in an 8 now. So 8 times 8 is 64, minus 1 would be 63. Well, this is terrible. 63. So it happens when you can't read your own handwriting. Okay, so now it's not 23 degrees. It should be 63 degrees plus the 15. I'm glad my pen's erased. Okay, so then that's going to be different. All that's going to be different. Okay, let's see. Now, back to the beginning here. 63 minus 48 is 15. Lord have mercy. And then if we add 15, no, it should be plus 15. There we go. Positive 15. We subtract 15. That's going to give us 165. And then we get 11. Okay. Good. You know, the one thing is that the worksheets are nice in that typically she has very lovely answers. So if you get a crazy decimal, you know you've made a mistake somewhere. Okay. In real life, do lovely answers happen? No, of course not. Never, ever. But, you know, in math class, we need to know that we're doing the process right. So it's a good way to double check. Like, if I'm getting a pretty good answer, then I probably did it right. Okay, so that was my clue that it didn't work. I was like, wait, that math don't jive here. So, plus I'm looking at the answer and thinking, what? Okay, all right. Number 14. So here we have number 14. Let's look. We know that L is parallel to M. So we have two parallel lines. Where do you want to start? Somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. With? Yeah, so here we have our transversal. That's sort of touching both sides, a side of each angle. And they're intersecting these parallel lines here. So yeah, these are definitely alternate exterior angles. So if parallel lines, alternate exterior angles are congruent, which means 4x plus 4 is equal to 7x minus 44. Good job. Let's see, I'm going to subtract the 4x. That gives me 3x's. And I'm going to add 44. Gives me 48. And divide both sides by 3, and I get 16. Cool. Same side exterior. Are they? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, So there's our transversal, and then we have these parallel lines. And yeah, so they definitely look like they're same side exterior. That's really, really good. That one turned out to be pretty easy. So here, same side exterior means what?
That they are equal to 180.
Okay. If parallel, same side exterior angles are supplementary. So if parallel, same sides exterior are supplementary. So 39 plus 8y minus 43 equals 180 degrees. Do you see that they're supplementary? They're same side exterior? She did it a totally different way. So she did a lot of extra work there. Good job. 39 minus 43 is 4, negative 4, is that right? Equals 180. I can add 4, so I get 184, and then divide by 8 goes in 2 times. Oh, it goes in 1 time. No, it goes in 2 times. 16. Oh, 3. 23? Yeah, okay. All right, good job. All right, last one, guys. All right, number 15 here. We have parallel lines. Line L is parallel to line M. Minus 26, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. Alternate exterior angles. Beautiful. So if parallel lines, alternate exterior angles are congruent. So we can write what equation? 12. Woo, 12x plus 1. Red dots, yeah. All right, so those are alternate exterior angles with the red dots there. And let's see, I'm going to subtract the 12x, that gives me 3x's, and add 26, that gives me 27. And then divide by 3, I get x equals 9. That was nice. Not exactly, actually, because in order for them to be a same side interior, you're using not parallel lines. You'd be using this line and this line, but those two lines aren't parallel.
Is it corresponding?
The 28 and 4y minus 9? Nope. No, not a linear pair. Interesting. I don't know if we've really talked about this or not. So, here's what she did. We have x equals 9. Can I plug that in? Yeah. Okay. And so I can plug that. I'm going to plug it in right here to this x. So we get 12 times 9 plus 1. 9 times 12 is, oh my God, you guys, 108? Yeah, 109. Okay, so 109 degrees. Okay. All right, so we get 109 degrees for these two angles. These would be the same. This is also 109 degrees. Mm-hmm. 28 and 15x minus 26 are corresponding? No. What's this angle right here? 109, why? Okay, vertical to the other side, sure. That is corresponding. Yeah, those are corresponding here and here, this 109. Can we figure out this angle?
Yeah.
How do we do that? Subtract it from 180. Okay, so what we have here is a linear triple. We've got 3 angles that are forming a straight line. So we could do 180 minus 28 minus 109, and that's going to be this angle. What is it? No, can't be. Can't be negative. 43? 42? Can we get a...
Just kidding, I did minus 20.
Okay. All right, so 43. So the reason I'm doing this is because she's using something that I don't know that we've talked about. You might know, but we haven't actually talked about it, so we're getting there a different way. Okay, look at what I'm doing here. Parallel line, transversal, parallel line. You see that? All right? It's kind of like a Z shape. So parallel line, transversal, parallel line. When you see that sort of Z shape, we get this 43-degree angle and this angle. Those are parallel line, transversal, parallel line. What kind of angles are those little blue angles? Alternate interior. Yeah, so these two angles are alternate interior angles. And that is a really tricky thing to find and see. And it really does help, I think, to highlight those parallel lines so that you can trace from one angle to the other in a Z shape. So if parallel, alternate interior angles are congruent, which means 4y minus 9 must equal the 43. So, yeah, I kind of enjoy these just because it is a giant puzzle. And when in doubt, what did I do? I went and found every angle measure I could, right? Let's find every angle measure. So I know those are vertical. Here I have 3 angles that should add together to be 180. So I can subtract what I know from 180 and get the missing thing. I'm going to add 9. What is that, 52? And then, oh, that's a deck of cards. That's 13. Okay, all right. So y equals 13, all right? So it's kind of just an interesting little puzzle, and I find these kind of cool. Do you have questions for me? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're doing this, please think about what things are congruent and what things are supplementary, okay? Writing out these reasons would be awesome, all right? So keep that in mind. Well, that was fun. All right. You guys have a homework